The Trailblazers on the road here against the Pistons. Pistons laying some points here, minus 3.5. Let's see if you see some moves here. These will be a few hours old as I got up to prepare the show and enter in the lines. So right now I'm showing the Pistons currently at 4.5 and 216.5. Let's update you. So the move definitely here on the Pistons and the over today. You guys already coming in maybe with some plays. It looks no. Josh, hello, Jose. Thank you guys for all that. Let's do it. If that's what my fans, whatever. If that's what you guys, we'll try to generate something. Try to get some of this information. I'm getting it. I'm not doing that much with it. That I can't put any plays into our system on those games or anything. But if you guys want them, I have the information. So let's get together on that. I wanna help. All right, Thomas is going to be on Detroit here today in this one. Detroit, of course, coming in with a 2-2 record so far this season. Darren says Detroit will get this money. They're favored here by 4.5. They've done a nice job so far, obviously, with a 3-1 spread. 3-1 spread record so far for the Pistons. Meanwhile, Portland with their 1-3 spread record, also just 1-3 overall thus far. Joey says the Pistons got this one. And Perky, thank you for your Euro plays. Man, you guys are getting me kind of excited in the chat here. All right, and well, we could talk a little bit more, maybe maybe preview this game a little bit, but like I said, you see the spread records coming in, and you got Detroit coming in here. M. Looks wants to lay it with Detroit. Jose lay it in the first half. Detroit coming off a loss at Oklahoma City. They had won their previous two games before that in pretty impressive fashion, quite frankly. And Ferner needs an injury checkup here, it looks like, or sounds like. Here, Jalen Duren, what's his status? I don't see any major significant injury situation necessarily here with this game that would have anybody thinking twice about what to do here. But Duran is questionable. I certainly would put him in the category where you want to keep abreast of his status, but he is listed as questionable with that ankle injury. So, all right, you guys are pretty hot on the Pistons today. The move appears to be on the Pistons. I was liking the Pistons here. I will say this. I mean, this total on the move higher here as well at 216.5 here. So you guys are really interested in that injury report on Jalen Duren. And China basketball scores are rolling in. Are you guys in that too? You crazies? All right. All right, let's get rolling here with it. Detroit. I was looking both ways. It looks like you guys are liking the Pistons, so I'll take them. I liked the Pistons. I'll lay them here minus 4.5. But I am interested in that move. I know it's going higher, and while that is of some concern, it looks like pretty good steam. Man, that thing opened as low as 212.5. And it's now 216.5. So hey, that's why you guys are in here. We got nearly 4 dozen, and look at some of these chat comments on that on Eurobaskets today. We have I always felt we have very sophisticated chat, and some of you guys are chat room legends talking about some of these games. I know we're in mainstream. I've got to keep it to the mainstream, but it's just very, very impressive. The Bucks are going to be at the Raptors here today. NBA action for Wednesday night. The Bucks on the road here in this one, laying points now. I think this one's probably gone up even a little higher. 5.5, 223.5. Could it get to 6? I've already seen a little bit of 6, and maybe there was buyback, but the Bucks appear to be kind of taking the move right now for the most part. Do want to check here and see because I thought I saw a 6, and now we've got down to 5.5 a little bit here. That's oh man, that to me is worth investigating. Just taking a little peek at least here at the line movement between the Bucks and Raptors. Okay. Yeah. Oh, so in this one, we're up to, like I said, 5.5 for the most part. Raptors come in with a 1-3 record and 1-2 at home. This is where the Raptors are supposed to have their advantage. It's always been kind of a tough series for Milwaukee. 2-7 against the spread for Milwaukee against the Raptors in the last 9 meetings. It's been kind of good actually for the Raptors in this matchup. Thomas wants the Raptors here. You guys are on fire in the chat today. I want to go look at now. You got me looking at games from China on the fly here. Thank you. And Peasy says that the interesting take, especially after the explode. Everyone's going to talk about the big performance for Lillard, scoring wise, but what will they be missing without Drew? Darren says he'll probably be on the Bucks to cover here in this one. And I don't know. I might be on the. I'm Darren and I might be in a challenge here. Is what it feels like. If this one's going to keep going up, I guess I can only get 5.5. Sorry, Darren. You and me here. Um, well, maybe I don't want to go against Darren necessarily. Look, the widely reported steam came in on the under, but I'm not sure that I was totally interested in it. I was kind of more interested in the over actually, and maybe that's the direction I can go. Milwaukee says first road game for the Bucks. Toronto 10-3-1 against the spread their last 14 games at home, dating back to last season for Milwaukee. Of course, they started with those 3 home games. They got 2 wins, but just 1 cover out of those games. Here's Solo wants the Bucks. Ferner says Raptors are a no bet for me. So maybe if I'm a little torn, I don't want to go again. I'm gonna play the total since looks like we're got a little bit of conflict, or I don't know. Maybe if anything, more Bucks action from you guys. You guys are all over the Bucks, and I was maybe leaning Toronto. So let me go with the total. I'm gonna go over because I'm not gonna disagree with my chat. I could play it privately. I could even make it a premium. But on the show here, trying to devise a way we can get to doing a consensus that we can make a product on Tony's picks. That's a consensus between you and I. And I've looked into maybe doing a poll on the show. It's just a lot of work because the YouTube poll doesn't work that smoothly. It takes a lot of data entry and behind the scenes work to bring it on the screen and everything. And we might not have enough action to do it anyways with our chat, with all due respect, with our, we're get up to 4 or 5 dozen right now. And we're going to get bigger. We're going to regrow again because it's all about the winning. That's all kind of coming to the forefront, right? Sure, there's some great personalities. We want to follow all of our favorite YouTube, not just on the here across the street on all the YouTube, right? And where you go for your sports information. And that's why you're here with me right now. So that's what I want to focus in on. And we might be doing that type of direction later. Maybe we do a poll that's off camera, right? That we can have it on a site or something, and then we'll get it and if I agree with the play that you guys picked, that'll be a consensus. So working on that. Anyways, I'll take the over. I'm going over here. Look, widely reported steam came on the under. You know me uh, not to buck the steam too often. Yeah, I'm a steam chaser. Not today. I'm gonna go with the over in this one. Ernest Jones, hello, great to have you here. And for me, man, the cameras. I'm gonna blow the picture up so I can see that. Oh, that's a great hat, Ernest. Great hat. Obviously, sports better here representing. Are you in Vegas with your STN? I know they're all over, but good to see you, Ernest, talking about if they don't have enough knives in a gunfight. He's got a big game Dame and the Bucks. It sounds like. Thank you, Ernest. I know we've talked a little bit before. I think you've stopped by, but I just noticed that STN hat. True Sports Better, obviously. Ernest knows how to work his apps. Oh, great to have you, Ernest. I'm over here just east of you there in the valley. All right, maybe you're hanging over there. The only places I'm going to, I'm staying south, so I've only been here for 10 months, and Green Valley for me, or the South Point when I want to watch a game or two. Just too much action on the strip. I'll just like to hang out. All right, Bucks and Raptors. I'll go over. Pelicans and Thunder NBA action here for Wednesday with New Orleans on the road. I'm showing OKC a 3.5 point favorite, and this totals up to 227.5. Definitely seen a move to the over here in this one this morning with the Pelicans and the Thunder. I show this one opening as low as 225.5. So already a 2 point move to the over this morning on this one. And I think I've solved my problem. I'm one more day of having to reach all the way over here where I'm struggling with this setup. The camera didn't work, but I bought a mouse, so I'm gonna be able to, I think, control things a little better. Hey, I've got a game. I got a pick here on this one that I feel like is kind of a freemium for me. Here's Jose over, over, over. Well, Jose, you and I, we're known to be two of a kind, one of mind, if you will, and we're going over for sure in this one tonight. Already stiff action to the over here from what I've seen. I don't know. Let me check if it's. I don't think it's been steamy in here necessarily. I don't know if the line services did definitely report some moves to the over, but I don't think it was necessarily a huge chunk of money that came down. Yeah, there was some subtle double move here. And I just want to take a look at Pelicans. Thank you for that, though. And Ernest says, "Jeff, do me a favor. I need to check on the status of uh, Brandon Ingram in this one, but questionable with that knee injury coming in. So you definitely want his 22.5 points per game in there at this juncture. And I am giving it out as a free play here. I am expecting him to participate in the game. I don't know what your speculation might be. Here's the Thunder for Ray. And I actually, I'm in a quandary on the side. I'm not sure even what I'm doing yet. Maybe keeping a little bit under wraps, but maybe leaning more towards just trying to find something that in pocket here in this one. I've got the over. I'm giving you my best play in this game right now. Maybe it would qualify. I feel like it would qualify for a premium, even with this move tonight with the Pelicans and the Thunder. And I'll just maybe I could just leave it at that. You guys had some nice looks in there as well. But I don't know, just the way I see it at this time. I mean, OKC, yeah, maybe I tried to get on them last time. Here's Darren says, "Give me the Thunder. They will cover." Ferner with a lean. And I respect you guys with your leans and a chat. I mean, I would just if I was in a chat though with you and I. Uh, hey Kev, nice to see you. I saw you last night. Saw you in some chat room over there, some live sweat room or something like that. I mean, Kev, me and Kev hanging out in live sweat rooms. Hey, we're men, so we're beyond that. We can handle it in the live sweat room together. Nice to see you, brother. And here we have Oklahoma City 3-1 with a 3-1 spread record so far. New Orleans 2-1, 2-1 spread record. Both these teams, not bad start certainly here to get going. And I'm gonna end up in this one on the under, on the over. Over. Let's make it clear, I'm on the over in this game. Like I said, a strong play for me here. No distinctive moves here or no distinctive patterns yet with these two teams that would indicate you got New Orleans actually 1-2 to the under so far. Kev will go over with me. Okay, that's good enough. Final. And here comes some of that Chinese basketball coming in here. Guangdong loses to Tianjin. Do I need to give out the scores to you guys? Are you guys waiting on results and sweating games or something? Welcome to those of you who just watched Guangdong over Tianjin. And the thing about I will say about Chinese here it is. Okay, Beijing did beat Guangzhou. Okay, Beijing wins 117 to 104. But the thing about the CBA is it's on that FanDuel TV, right? So it actually gets pretty good coverage. Pretty good coverage, I'd say. You can get all those games pretty much if you're up in the middle of the morning and you want to early in the morning. The Washington Wizards at the Atlanta Hawks. NBA action for Wednesday. The Hawks on at home here, 7.5, and the total 238. Wow, look at that with the Wizards and the Hawks. Big number here. Widely reported steam, I thought came in on the under. Let's take a look at that with the Wizards and the no, not really something that was beat into the ground necessarily, but high number here, no doubt, between these two teams. So far, it's been obviously for Washington 1-2 record, 0-1 on the road so far in this for Washington. They're coming in, of course, off of a loss to Boston, 126 to 107. They were getting 10.5 points in that one. They did not cover before that, though. They did have a win against Memphis at home for their victory, 113 to 106. So they're playing their second road game of the season. They did lose at Indiana 143 to 120 in the season opener for the uh, Hawks here, coming in with a 2-game winning streak. They beat Minnesota 127-113. Of course, had the upset win of the Bucks. Looks like you guys have some plays here. And here's Cindy. I'm so happy to have you here today. And talking about the Hawks here. First half, -4.5. A strong play for Cindy. And Solo likes the over in this one. Here's a little Hawks action for Ray, and Thomas as well wants to take the Hawks. Darren comes in with a little bit of action here on the Wizards, however, and he wants to take the Wizards in the first quarter. All right, let me peek at a little. Just want to peek. It's come Gosh, you guys. What a struggle for me here, right? The second. Stay with me here, fam. All right. I'm just going to have to keep on previewing here with you guys. Um, having a little bit of technical issue here. All right, all right. I'm ready to give up on it. I'm going with the Wizards. I had a little bit more information to add, but have to wait one more day, I guess. All right. Yeah, Peasy, appreciate it. We already tried Korean ball and we couldn't get it together, but appreciate you. Oh man, Jose says Atlanta's up to 9.5 now. Let's take a look here before we get off this game. I think I'm ready to roll with my pick. I'm going. I'm taking the points, by the way. So if it is 9.5, great. And I'm not able to. I can get a 9 right now at Circa. That's what I can get. So I guess I can hang out and wait. Brent says Wizards traditionally cover. So and the game is too close, but that's a Hawks cover right there. And you look at the previous matchups between the Hawks. Do they? Who does get the money usually? Well, uh, Atlanta in the series. I mean, this is a frequent series certainly between these two teams. So uh, last season, Atlanta got the money in the last two meetings of the season. They won and covered, and the early two meetings of the season were won by Washington. All the meetings last year were after they were actually March, late February, March, and April. They did not meet before the new year last season. All the meetings were later in the season. All right. For me, yeah, in this one, I'm gonna be on Washington. Boy, this one is close for me, you guys. Uh, I'm just gonna grab these points. If it's going up, I'll take it. I'll just take it. I'll score it at 7.5. I see nines out there right now, so I guess if I had the lean to the Wizards here, then I would stay on it at this point. Let me get off this game. This has been not a great game for me. Maybe that's why it's on the list of free here. Thank you guys for your picks and comments. Josh says the Hawks. And hey, give them a chance. It's just been a few games. All right. Cavaliers at Knicks, NBA action for Wednesday night. The Knicks at home here against the Cavs are favored. And I thought these teams just met too, it felt like. Didn't they? Anyways, the Cavs come in here with a 1-3 record, 1-0 on the road, while the Knicks are 2-2 and they lost their only home game so far this season. Of course, yeah, these teams just met last night, and the final score was one. Remember, um, one. It was only last night, 109-91 in that one, and we did have a premium pick winner on the under in that game. We took that as a premium. We did give out the Cavs on the show. What happened, you guys? Did you guys tell me it was Knicks and I didn't listen? What are you guys going with on tonight's game? Here's Josh wants the Knicks. And here's Jose, first quarter. Cavs, are those injuries are they a factor at this point? They allowed the Knicks to look pretty good last night, right? the injury woes, if you will. All right. I think I know where I'm headed in this one. Let's see. Thomas says, "Give me Knicks and the under." Jose says Knicks -7 here. And here's Ferner. He says he'll be back on the Knicks. Switching sides. Is that what we did last night? Did we take the wrong one? Cleveland 9-2 to the under in their last 11 games, dating back to last season. But um, yesterday was a definite under. I think the side I'm going to be switching to is the over, actually. I'm going to come back on the over tonight. I was on the under last night, but I'm going to bounce back with and take this one over this number at 210.5. This series has been a dead solid under, and I don't think it's going to go. Here you go. Ferner says under. Kev Cook, they should play another under, just like yesterday, just like the previous 6 games in this series have gone under, with the winning team, the losing team never scoring more than 100 points. But I do not have it that way tonight. I actually have this one going over. I'm not confident in the side, actually, at this point. And look, I'm kind of a trends guy to a certain extent, but I also kind of look at the market action here. And I don't want to say that my handicap is any worse than anybody else's, but this total hanging out. I mean, as high as 211 at some spots. So it's not moving. It's not moving anywhere. It did move last night, no doubt about it. And there you see, Ferner said he went under 214.5, but it went off at what, like 211 or something, didn't it? All right. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over as a free play. Feels pretty contrarian, actually. I'm not sure I'll even get many. I'm not sure I'll even get much support here from you guys in this one. Look, we know the way the Cavs play. Maybe the Knicks are that way too. But for me, I'm on the over here. Kind of rolling with my computer printout here in this one, and the contrarian spot feels like it's in play here for me as far as that is concerned. I feel like the public is going to be uh, going that way, going under. So, no offense to you guys. Maybe you guys are hotter than I am at this right now. Indiana Pacers at Boston Celtics. Free NBA pick. This one here is for Wednesday night. You have the Pacers on the road here at Boston. I'm showing right now Boston still an 11.5 point favorite, pretty much market wide. I mean, it opened 11, I think. It felt like it opened 11 and a half. I don't think I've seen any other numbers other than 11 and a half. Now the total has had a little bit of movement. In fact, we're seeing it continue to go up. Oh, that Shenzhen game is over now in overtime. All right, we're not here to talk about China's league. We're here to talk about the Pacers and the Celtics. Oh, Ray says, give me a little look at the injury report, please. I don't know if there's many significant injuries in this one, but if there was one, it might be Halliburton, and he's listed as questionable. So his 20 points per game here, definitely something to take note. And we were making fun of Tristan Thompson still in the league, but hey, you got to, be able to. Celtics first half cover here, says Darren. All right. Why is that's why the spread is so big, says Tom. Because of the Halliburton injury, I take it is what you're saying. Is that what you're alluding to a certain extent? I think it's a lot of points no matter what here. I don't try. I mean, okay, I get it. Celtics. Okay, I get it, but I don't know. Too many points probably for me in a game that I figure I the reported steam came in on the over, and I still see uh, kind of more action coming in on the over as this morning. If it's up to 233 and a half, I feel like I don't know. I kind of wanted to go under here in this one. I thought it would be something that would get beat down, but that's not the case. The line has definitely been going up, up, up with Indiana and Boston. So it looks like a poor read on my part. I'm going to take Indiana plus the points here, plus 11 and a half here. And okay, we got Brent coming in with his numbers here. He says it's a 7-point game. And Ferner says he'll probably wait till find Halliburton's status. Here's the key, though. And again, I mean, I guess you do have to wait for his status, but then all of a sudden you're going to have to lay more points once you find, unless we can find out, you know. All right, thanks for your picks and your comments. All right, I'm going to take the Pacers in this one. The Brooklyn Nets take on the Miami Heat on Wednesday. NBA action here for Wednesday night. Heat at home favored -6. I'm showing the total here. Probably 222, 222 and a half currently. That's a little bit of a drop from an opener of 224 and a half. In this one, system play. Take a look at here for you. Get your comments on this one as well. I was this is a game I didn't really have as much uh, depth on as far as where I wanted to go with it. I mean, Miami, for whatever reason, they're did not look good in those road games so far. They did win their only home game, but sitting there with a 1-3 record so far this season, they just went on the road and lost three straight at Boston, at Minnesota, at Milwaukee. They're 1-3 also against the spread thus far. And for Brooklyn, they did beat Charlotte 133-121 on the road in impressive fashion after losing games to Cleveland and Dallas to start the season. And already here's Ray wants to take the Nets plus the points. Here's Thomas with Miami. And Ferner says, I don't know if he says here that down, I mean, down in down personnel, down in the injury department, or you have like the down arrow on their lineup. If anything, this game to me feels like, and maybe this is it, the most that we have to worry about in the injury department. So maybe that's why I just wasn't ready to pull the trigger on much here tonight. Jimmy Butler, questionable with a knee injury. Bam Adebayo, he has been upgraded his status. Here comes Brent. He says he's got his pick here. So I think those are the most significant of the injuries here. Miami does have a pretty lengthy list. So you talk about the Nets and their lineup with Dennis Smith doubtful, Spencer Dinwiddie doubtful, Cam Johnson out, Claxton out for the Heat. Other injuries include Duncan Robinson, but he's probable. So those guys that were out or questionable last game seem to be on the improve a little bit here for Miami. All right. I guess I'm just going to have to make the call here on my pick. Anything else, you guys? Help me out here. My notes are a mess. Okay, no, I'm ready to go. I think with this one, go ahead if you guys. Werner says check the Nets injury report. I thought we just did that, but we can do it again. Maybe something's changed, and it can buy me some more time here to fix my notes. But we'll bring it up again here and repeat it in case we missed it. Dennis Smith Jr., doubtful. Spencer Dinwiddie, doubtful. Cam Johnson, out. Nicholas Claxton, out. Rodney says here, covered the last 5 games of the series, have the Nets. And I did show one game. Let's see. Brooklyn 102, Miami 101 on January 8th. That Miami was a 2-point dog, but that one could have went either way. I mean, it landed right there nearly on the spread. All right. Interesting there. Okay. I'm going to take Miami. I'm going to take I see what you guys are saying. I'm going to lay these points right now. I look. I want to back Brooklyn, and maybe I could be wrong on them at this point, and I don't know. But Brooklyn, they have covered the money here when getting these. Let's see. Look at Ray says, look at that last Miami home game, Ramon. That's a key one. Okay, Miami here. They played Detroit. They won 103-102 as a 9-point favorite. And we know that, well, I don't know where you stand. Detroit, I do rank them a little bit better than Brooklyn. I don't know if I do. I want to. They could be even though. I don't like Brooklyn necessarily. I mean, I like them as a team. I mean, as a rooting for them, but I think that I have big concerns about Brooklyn. Thanks, you guys. Okay, I'm on Miami. I'm taking Miami. It's a done deal. I'm on Miami here. Thank you, Perky. Appreciate that. Anybody, you can find me on Twitter and just retweet my tweet. I tweet out the show every day. Hopefully, you guys follow me. I have 2 accounts here that I feature on the show. So the Hornets are at the Rockets tonight. And this one, I'm showing the Rockets are favored at home against the. Whoa, the Rockets are favored at home. The Rockets by 2.5. And the total here is down to 221.5. I think we got to update that. That sounds like a pretty big move, actually. All right. Let's roll here in this one with the Hornets and the Rockets. All right. Rockets still looking for their first victory of the season right now. 0-3 record here with the Hornets coming in. For the Rockets, they've gone under in 7 of their last 9 games at home, dating back to last season. Charlotte's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games on the road, dating back to last season. Charlotte also has gone 8-20 to the under in their last 28 games as an underdog, which they are here, strangely enough, against the Rockets. Maybe this is the spot. I mean, the Rockets got to win sometime. They got to win their first game. Could it be this game? Do you have the Rockets ranked as the worst team at this point? You guys, I mean, especially after we saw, I guess this might be our moment to talk about the Spurs to a certain extent. Uh, just because maybe you equate them there at the bottom with the Rockets, and they had that great win last night over Phoenix. Just a great job by the Rockets, by Wemby. So great, a great interview after the game. He didn't know what a churro was, but he was so honest. And I would think the Spurs look. I don't know. They look better than the Rockets right now, considering the way they played and made a great comeback against the Suns last night after getting absolutely blown out in the previous game, and to come back and get a win on the road against a Phoenix team that is just bad. They have KD, but they have no chemistry. They look bad too. So you know, immediate downgrade. It looks like on the Phoenix Suns, you guys, right? The way it looks like. Anyways, not talking about those teams, but just want to kind of promote the Spur. We're not going to talk about. We didn't talk about that game either last night, and maybe they are better than the Rockets. Here it sounds like the widely reported steam on this game came in on the under, and I've already updated it to be what 221 and a half there now. I'll go under. I don't know. It's probably going to go lower. I would think. There, take those are two social medias right there, but the um, bottom one there, you'll get some picks from me, and the top one there, that's where you can find that information that I was kind of talking about there on my personal Twitter feed. So. Uh, I do tweet out the show there. So if you wanted to get it on Twitter, you could subscribe to Ramon Scott Media there. Or Tony's picks also. The Tony's Twitter. I tweeted out. He tweets it out. Whatever. It's automatic, but it goes out on the Tony's picks YouTube as well. Okay, let's get these plays in on this game though from you guys. The Suns aren't winning anything, right, Kev? I mean, this is. Uh, you know, not good, not good right now, no doubt. Uh, Furner says KD weak sauce, and no doubt, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. And again, we're not. I'm here to talk about obviously the Rockets here, but like I said, I want to make a point of that. Brent's got his plays here on this one. And why are the Hornets a dog? Says Brent. So we right, and we don't even know what to call this thing anymore. Rays on the Rockets money line. Chad says, "Let's go Rockets." So no doubt, got to get those stars back. You saw Booker with the interview there. So I'll cut him that. I'll cut him that. But again, they were already kind of you know no chemistry kind of coming in, so we'll see. But yeah, let's wait for those guys. Don't let me get all bent out of shape on the Suns. All right, for me in this one, I've got to go under in the Charlotte game with the Rockets. Here, it's already starting to move under. I like the under. Um, Boy, is it even going lower than this right now? Yeah, it is. It is. This one's on the move. Is this steam? Is this getting steamed right now? Oh, it already. Okay, get on. If you like this, I'm going to update it right now to the lines that I'm seeing, to the worst line that I'm seeing, so that I can give you guys the best chance to get a good price. Maybe here, if you still like it, give it out as a free play on the show. Feels like it could be a premium the way I was touting it, but now it's down to 220. This one has been on the move lower. I'm still going under. It opened as high as 226 at one pretty sharp offshore book. But now it's 220. It's a lot of points to miss out on. But I'm going under. Hornets and Rockets. Thanks, Kev. And that's why to and that's why we are here, right? And hopefully you choose me as your show to start off the day here for this type of information, right? Whether I'm on the right side or the wrong side, I want to be right for you. Uh, right, we want to get all these games right, but I do want to try to bring you at least the best information out there, the most live information, uh, heading into the day. So that's what I'm trying to build here. Yes, do we all want to be right? Do we all want to be? Oh, watch Ramon. He's never, he gets all the. Well, we just want to get you, live information, actionable betting information is kind of what I'm talking about. Nuggets and T Wolves here. The Nuggets on the road. Yeah, they're going to be favored in this one against the Timberwolves. That's down to 2.5. Total 221.5 or so. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game, but it looks like today, because that was a move that I think came in kind of either late last night or overnight. But today, this one could be actually on the move a little bit higher with the Nuggets and the Timberwolves. Denver comes in, of course, undefeated so far with a couple of wins on the road, and to be favored here against a Timberwolves team that's 1-2. They did win their only home game though so far this season. It was the Timberwolves defeating Miami 106-90 for their only home win. Now, last game was pretty brutal for the Timberwolves, one that makes you take a step back and maybe downgrade them a little bit. I mean, they were at Atlanta. They were 2.5 point favorite on the road, I think, in that one. Ended up losing 127-113 for a pretty massive spread loss in that one. And Darren says he's got the oops, where's it at? Here it is. Darren says he's got the Nuggets to cover. Here's Brent coming in with his uh, Nuggets 115, T Wolves 104. That would be a lock almost in this one. So he says take the Nuggets. And the Nuggets talk about a poor performance, but Denver, they beat up 2 nights ago. They clobbered, or 2 games ago, 3 nights ago, they clobbered Oklahoma City 128-95, covering on the road to 3.5 points, very similar to this spot. And then they went back home, beat Utah, turn around now, come back on the road. Nuggets are healthy. Mike's here today. Just throwing out numbers. I never know what Mike's up to, but I'll roll with it. Ferner says, lay the Nuggets here. Got Ray. He says, lean the Timberwolves. Can't trust them, though, after giving up a lead late in the game. Ray says, I'm going to take the under in this one. All right. I am going to take a little something here, too. Let me get a few more comments from you guys. Mike's ready to go with the NBA on Christmas. Some people don't even start to bet the NBA until Christmas. Chad's got a big play here. It looks like he's got the Wolves in this one. All right. Here we go. I think I'm set to go now with my play. One more day of this. Oh, help me out, you guys. Werner says, what was the opening total in this game here? And I'm showing it was as high as 225.5 was the highest that I saw in this one. between Denver and Minnesota. All right. Okay, you guys. A little bit frustrated here. See if I want to get you my play, and I have it on my recap on my notes here. All right, here we go. Thank you. Whew. Pressure's on. Pressure's on. Make the winning call, you guys. Look, if anything in this series so far, we've seen the most solid under teams of any team so far this season. I mean, Denver, they're 0-4. All four games have gone under thus far. Minnesota, they're 1-2. 1-2 to the under thus far this season, but I don't I don't feel like this one's going to be an under. I'm going to end up, I believe, here on the over in this game as my pick. That's what my computer printout is saying here. The numbers seem to add up to go over in this one. Now, um, look, Denver is a favorite, 27-1 to the under in their last 28 games as a favorite. But um, my numbers just say over in this one. There was some steam that came over as well. I mean, if anything, it still looks like a decent price. If it opened 225.5, and now it's, like I said, I'm listing it at 222 there, but um, and I'll leave it at that. I'm going over, and I'm going to leave it at 222, but I think it's 221 for the most part at most spots right now. So, okay, that was tough. That was tough for me, and it takes longer. We got a lot of games. Bulls and Mavericks. NBA action for Wednesday night. The Mavericks are favored here at home by 5 points, and the total's 224. That's down from an opener as high as 225.5. The reported steam did come in on the under in this one. So let's take a look at the matchup between the Bulls and the Nuggets. I think the Bulls are playing a little bit better, certainly right now, than the Mavericks. I'm sorry, I might have said Nuggets there, but I don't mean necessarily playing better than them. I just, Dallas is 3-0. After all, pardon me, so far this season, all three games going over. But I just will mention that for Chicago here coming in, at least they are coming off of their best game so far. They kind of look pretty bad actually, but uh, they did beat Indiana 112-105 in their last game. So that's what I meant. The Bulls played their best game of the season after a really rugged start. Yeah, they did beat Toronto on the road. That was still a game where they were, I believe, uh, either favored in or a push. They lost at Detroit in embarrassing fashion, 118-102. They also lost that season opener at home. So really, two of their four games have been very, very subpar so far this season. While Dallas are coming off a terrific win, 125-110 over Memphis in a convincing cover last time out. Let's get your comments. Here's a prop. Luca points over for Ray. And Brent says the Bulls usually cover the spread. In general or in this series? Because that's true. It's got to be the series, right? Because again, these two teams are only going to meet twice a year, so that does make it a little bit of a qualifier there for me. But Bulls covered both meetings last year, including a meeting similar to this. The meeting last year in December was at Dallas. It was in December. I say it's November 1st here, but just mean the first meeting of the season. Like I said, they've met twice. They meet twice a season. And Chicago won that one 144-115 at Dallas. In that one, Chicago has covered 6 of the last 7 meetings between the two, including both meetings last season. All right. This one was pretty tough for me, actually. Let's see. I've got a few more here. Brent says he's got Kyrie questionable, so maybe that is going to affect his play here a little bit. Obviously, reflected in the line, but still, Dallas a 5-point favorite. Zach Levine is probable here for the Bulls. And Kyrie got that questionable tag on him there. But for me, man, if it's going to keep the steam came in on the under, and I'm not sure I buy it. And if it's going to go down to whatever it is now, 224, I'm just going to take it over. It's probably my least favorite game, it feels like right now on the board. And maybe just throwing a dart here, like to give out a play, but we have seen a couple of overs certainly from the teams so far this season. Nothing very trendy. Like I said, Dallas 3-0 to the over. Here's Mike money line and a parlay. Thomas Lewis says, "Give me the Luca prop points, rebounds, assists to go over in this one." Uh, Dallas so far. Over in the game against Memphis for 235 points, the game against Brooklyn 245 points, and the game against San Antonio also had 245 points. I'm taking the over. Grizzlies and Jazz NBA action here for Wednesday night with the Jazz favored at home in this one. Jazz are favored here at -2 currently, and the total is 224. Big move here to the under in this one. Wow. Reported steam came in on the under. This one's all the way down to 224 off an opener as high as 228 and a half. So this has been a massive move here today. And the Jazz, a little bit of move to the Grizzlies here, certainly down to -2. But certainly a significant move on the total here with Memphis coming in looking for answers. They can't get a win. Now, here's the thing, you want to make an argument that and I'm that guy, right? I don't want a guy like um John Morant, cancering up the team, whatever he's doing. Um, it always feels like an issue. Everything, with all the drama. Once we're out of the drama, then there's sideline drama with pops or something like that. So okay, without him right now, I get it. We're struggling, and here's the thing: um, when you are missing a player like John Morant, and I mean everyone agrees, right? You know what? You got a guy like this guy out of the lineup, it's going to affect your team. A guy who gets paid that much money is supposed to have that big of an impact on you. Now, it's all reflected in the line. That's not necessarily talking about, what's going on with, uh, uh, his absence and all that. But this is a player that you're expecting major contributions from with the team. So when he is missing, yeah, it is a bigger factor. I want to say, Memphis will still be good. Oh, that it's in the line; they'll still cover. Well, right now they're not. They're not covering right now. Here are these numbers. So Jazz favoring this one by 2. This one's been a solid over series right now. 14 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams have gone over, and also 16 of the last 21 meetings in Utah have gone over. So several years here, a couple of years certainly of games going over between these two teams. Even though we've seen of late, it used to be even more dramatic, but we had a couple of unders in the series last year. The reported steam came in this game on the under, like I said, with that significant move here today. So For me, I was kind of, I don't know, I was leaning towards Memphis here in this one. What are you guys up to? Anything in the chat? Here's the information from Brent. He says he's got the Grizzlies winning this one in and under. It looks like here, 111 to 105. That would be well under the total, and the Grizzlies with an outright win on the road. So that looks pretty solid from Brent. Nuggets and T-Wolves Furner says, look, this total. Oh, he's talking about another game. Sorry about that. Maybe over here, Grizzlies, desperate for a win in this one. So I'm going to try the Grizzlies here. I'm gonna go with the Grizzlies plus the points on the road. They need a win. Obviously, here 0-4 Utah. No great shakes at this point. 1-3, but they are 2-2 against the number. They did get a cover against Denver last time out. They were lost 110-102 a couple of nights ago, getting 9 points. So Utah back home here after 2 games on the road. Give me Memphis. I'm only getting 2 points here, so never getting there with a premium. I'll take Memphis. Kings at Warriors NBA action here for Wednesday night. The Warriors at home are favored in this one by 7. And the total has gone way, way down in this one. A drastic move to the under here. This one opened as high as 234.5. And now it is down to 227.5. Wow, what a move. You had to see this one coming, didn't you? On the overnight line, there was no way they were going to sustain this type of pressure here. You know, this one was going to be a rock solid under all the way. Felt like from the get-go, and the bookmakers haven't been able to sustain the line at all at their original opener and have had to move here as many as 7 points today on what looks, on what appears to be a dead solid under, I would guess, is the only way to categorize it. Let's see what you guys are maybe up to here, as I can't seem to get my notes here like I want to tell you. Might just have to give out the game without a bunch of stats and all that. Last day of this. I'm just working on everything here, trying to make a good show, trying to improve our, information every time. Kings here. And I'm still having trouble here. Okay, there we go. Kings and Warriors in this one. You got the Warriors featured matchup of the night, I guess, coming in with a 3-1 record. I want to write off the Warriors. I said, hey, maybe that, they are not one of the teams that compete in the West, but maybe they're still the Warriors. Maybe they still are all that. All right. In this series last year, man, they had some matchups, obviously, with that playoff series back there in April. What a series it was, going all 7 games with the Warriors finally winning that final game. Remember, 120 to 110. They got the win in game 7. Brent says De'Aaron Fox, no doubt that is a major injury on this card at this point that everybody's talking about. But we know he's out. There's no doubt. He will be out of this game. But man, that total. Woo! What a dropper, huh? I don't know if we can do anything here on the show with that now. So Klay Thompson upgraded to probable in this one. And I don't know. For me, what do you guys? I want to get your guys' opinion here, maybe even on the side in this one, but don't want to don't want to see there. Uh, what we have. Nope, you guys aren't too interested in this one, it looks like. I'm just going to have to make the call without you here necessarily on this game with the Kings and the Warriors. Help. Guess I would probably lean to the Kings here, getting the points in this, in this hotly contested series. I'm not. I certainly would like to have Fox in there, but I'm going to take the Kings to compete. Look, I think the Kings have proven right now that they are going to be um, decent this year. Let's just say. Remember, they were able to get to the postseason last year. They're off to a pretty good start here. No reason why this one wouldn't be competitive, it feels like. Sacramento's just terrific getting points. I mean, dating back to last season, they were an underdog in, plenty of games, despite being certainly an above average team. They've gone 37, 17, and 1 against the spread in their last 55 games on the road. Now, you look at the Warriors, they're terrific at home, too. They're covering big time to the tune of almost 70% at home over the last season and a half. 42 and 20 against the spread their last 62 home games. So there is a little bit of conflicting trends there in this one, but oops, Mike's talking hockey. And I'm talking basketball. Chad says, "Give me the Kings here," but it looks like Mike maybe want Golden State. Chad maybe says, "And they'll still get there without De'Aaron Fox." And we're definitely getting probably 2 points. I would say 2 points. I would say 2 points. If that, or I don't know, Ferner, what you're, I'm saying, if I'm answering your question right, feels like it would. I feels like the line would be 5, right? Right, Jerry? What do you have it at? Or you talk about the total? Okay, I've got the under big time. I think Ferner, but my play on the show here is going to be Sacramento, Clippers, and the Lakers. And we're just seeing not breaking news necessarily, but just a reiteration, I think, of what's going on tonight with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They are questionable with possible rest here. And also Hachimura, he is doubtful for the Lakers. I thought we just had some breaking information come in on some personnel for tonight. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Um, okay. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Just okay. Um, looks like the James Harden trade has been finalized, and you guys might have access to it. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I mean I think we all agree that the trade is a done deal. They just hadn't been able to do it, and we saw Harden in L.A. last night. Him and PJ having dinner there in the box. So it looks like the trade maybe has been finalized here, but still, Harden will not be playing in this game. He'll make his debut. Um, he's out. So I don't know how they'll. So what's going to happen though is, and that's why we see the line here, what it is today. Because look, I lost with the Clippers last. I thought they would be affected last night by the trade. In fact, they were shorthanded, but it just didn't work out. The Clippers did a great job. They got the money against Orlando. I had a premium pick on Orlando. Didn't work out, but I think tonight will be even worse here tonight for the Clippers. I mean, you see the line here already up to 5.5 at most places. And there's even a 6 out there right now. And I would think the Lakers are going to be the team kind of to look at here tonight, laying these points. It feels like. To me, we already see this total down to it's 226, and boy, I don't know. I mean, I can't see I can't see it. Did you see the score? Did you see what was going on with the Magic and the Clippers game? Last. And now, granted, the total it did. It was a kind of a contrast of two halves to a certain extent with the total, so I can't really say it like that. But just feels like this is going to be a low scoring game to me. The Clippers, the way they're playing, the way they want to play, that was a painful first quarter to watch yesterday against Orlando for sure. And I don't think it's by mistake. I think this is the Clippers' total intentions, and I'm sure that's what we're going to see tonight is a knockdown, drag out, ugly affair. Um, I guess that Lakers will probably, it feels like, get the money, but I don't know. All right. Man, let me get some more comments from you guys and then we'll move on. We got to keep this show moving. Here's Brent says Clippers 119 to 111 and some other comments. Yeah, he was there. Yeah, Clippers +5 here for Ray. He says the Clippers will be able to suck it up without those players in the lineup. So, and again, I'm moving forward with no Kawhi, no Paul George. Feels like pretty official for me here. I feels like, but you guys still want the Clippers and the points, and I get it. Maybe this is a spot for the Lakers, kind of to maybe they'll be resting players by the time this one rolls around. Hint, hint, hint. Here, and maybe that's why I want to go under. But all right, I'm just going to take the Lakers because the Clippers are missing their players at this point. The Lakers are not. And I'll just stick with the Lakers. Thanks, you guys. That's NBA tonight.